In this video, I'm going to show you my part 2 version of a practice routine that you can use to start learning pop songs. And if you watch until the end, I'm going to share with you a really powerful tool that you can use to continue learning pop songs on your own. So with that said, I want to introduce you to one of the ways, or one of the most popular chords that are used in pop music. So in the previous video, in a prior video in the same playlist, which I will provide in the description, I go over one of the most common chord progressions used in pop music. And in this video, I'm going to show you the other most common chord progression used in pop music and how you can practice it on a regular basis. So whenever you hear a song, right, I'm going to play a chord progression and I'm going to see if you can hear if this sounds familiar. Listen very closely. A lot of pop songs use this particular chord progression. So let's take Lady Gaga's Poker Face, right? Poker Face, right? Another example would be John Legend's All of Me, right? So, what would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me into you, kicking me out. Got my head. So if you listen to these songs very closely, you will hear the commonalities between these chords. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the right hand that you can play to practice that chord progression, and then I will give you kind of like a left hand bass to go along with that. So with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the right hand. And if you hear me refer to my fingers as numbers, the thumb is number 1, index is number 2, middle is 3, ring finger is 4, and pinky is number 5. So the thumb will start with C, and C is always to the left of the 2 black keys. So like the alphabet, it goes C, D, E, F, G, and after G goes A, and then B, and then C, and then it just basically repeats itself. That's pretty much all the piano is just, you know, the same 7 letters that repeat themselves over again. I'm going to put my laptop on mute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to play each of those chords with the right hand. So for the first chord that I played, you would just place your thumb or your 1 finger on C. You're going to take your 2 finger and go 2 keys over. You're going to play E, and then you're going to take your pinky and you're going to play A, right? Now playing chords, if you're playing chords for the first time, this may feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but I guarantee you if you practice this enough, it'll make it easier to play. So you just play C, E, and A all at the same time. The next chord you're going to play, you're going to keep your thumb on C, and you're going to keep your pinky on A, right? But you're going to, instead of playing E with your 2 finger, you're going to now play F with your 3rd finger or your middle finger. So when you play this key. So now you're going to have C, F, A. So it goes. And then for the next chord, you're going to, again, keep your thumb on C, and then you're going to shift these fingers over this way. So originally my fingers were over here, but I'm just shifting each of them down 1 key. I'm going to take that same 3rd finger and play E, right? And I want to take my pinky and this time play G with my pinky. So C, E, G. And then for the final chord, I'm going to now move my thumb over 1 key, which will be B, and I'm going to take my 2 finger, my index finger, and play D, and I'm going to keep my pinky at G. So now I will have B, D, and G. So if I were to play all 4 of those chords together, it would go something like this. And you can just loop it. So that's one example of how you can practice playing your chords for common pop songs in one particular key. Before I show you the left hand, I want to bring to your attention that I do have a free Piano in 3 Steps video in the description box that you can sign up for, where I go a little bit more in depth in terms of how chords and theory works for the complete beginner. If you're more serious about wanting to learn piano, that video is free, so you can just go ahead and click the description or the link in the description box to access that video. So now for the left hand is going to start at the C that is under the C that we started with. So the chords that I was playing, the C that I was using was called middle C, which is the C that is closest to the center of the piano. The left hand is going to be over here where this C is. So it'll be kind of like just below where the right hand is. Now in this case, we're not going to start with C. What we're going to do with the left hand, again, thumb is 1, index is 2, middle is 3, ring is 4, pinky is 5. We're now going to take our thumb, which for the left hand is going to be towards the top of your hand. You're going to take your thumb and you're going to play A. So for the left hand, we're going to just play one note at a time because it just plays the bass. Right? The next note that you're going to play is you're going to use your 2 finger and go down 2 keys over to F. You're going to then take your pinky and play that lower C. And then you can take either your 2 finger or your 1 finger to play G. So what you have is A, F, C, G. And all you're going to do when you're playing them together is each time the right hand plays a chord, you're going to bring in each one note for the left hand. So for the first chord that the right hand plays, the left hand's going to play that first note, which is A. You'll just play them all at the same time. Very slowly. The next chord that the right hand plays, the left hand's going to play the next note, which is F. For the next chord that the right hand plays, the C, E, G, the left hand's going to play C. And then for that final chord, the left hand's going to play G. So now you have this. And you just keep going for as many times as you want during your practice routine. And the bass kind of gives the song a bit more foundation. One of the tools that I wanted to show you, I did say I was going to show you one of my favorite tools to use as you're practicing everyday pop songs. If you have an iPad, I would suggest that you download this app called Piano Maestro. And what this does is it has a library of different songs that is already installed in this app. So if I wanted to learn a pop song, I go to songs, and then I can go to where it says pop and rock. I know you can't see it there because of my ring light, but if you tap that little button there, it will give you a bunch of options of different pop songs that are already in the app. And what you can do is you can select the song that you want to use. And I have my iPad on mute, but you can't really hear. But if I were to press the play or the learn button, what happens is it'll pull up the song, it'll pull up the sheet music notes, and then you would have to basically play. So if I were to do this, and then it'll pull up the sheet music, and then you would have to basically play the notes as you go. So there's different ways that you can kind of learn. You can do learn mode. If you're not ready for the full performance mode, you can have the learn mode, break up those notes where you can change the speed. You can have it kind of slow down and wait for you to play the right note before it moves on to the next note. It's a really fun app. I had all of my students use it when I was teaching private lessons. So with that said, if you like this video, again, please subscribe, turn on the notifications. I usually put up about 2 videos a week, and there should be a link or an end screen where you can access the playlist where I go over other practice routines that you can use based on whether you're trying to learn pop music, whether you're trying to learn by ear, whether you're trying to learn sight reading. I have different practice routines that you can use to help you improve in those skills. So again, subscribe, like, share. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.